In the heart of Africa, where the vast savanna stretches endlessly and rivers snake through ancient forests, a silent giant stirs. A newborn elephant takes its first breath, entering a world full of challenges and mysteries. Unlike many other creatures, elephants are not just animals. They are living libraries, carrying knowledge and wisdom passed down through generations. Born weighing nearly 120 kilograms, yet trembling on shaky legs, the baby elephant is completely dependent on its mother and the herd. Its ears, tiny and soft, have yet to grow into the magnificent flaps that will later help regulate its body temperature. Its trunk, a symbol of incredible dexterity, is weak and awkward, incapable of the grace and precision it will command as it grows. From the very first moment, survival is a delicate balance. Predators like lions and hyenas lurk nearby, rivers hide dangers, and the sun beats mercilessly on the open plains. But elephants are born into one of nature's most protective families. The mother, guided by instinct and love, shields her calf from harm, teaching it the first lessons of life in silence. This is more than just the story of a baby elephant. It is a journey through intelligence, courage, and the strength of family. It is a lesson in patience, observation, and survival, one that resonates with humans, reminding us of the wonders of Allah's creation. The elephant's life teaches us, every being has a purpose, every moment is a lesson, and through reflection, gratitude, and guidance from our Creator, we can learn how to live wisely and justly. Under the golden rays of the African sun, a new life begins. The elephant calf is born after a 22-month pregnancy, one of the longest gestations in the animal kingdom. At birth, it weighs nearly 120 kilograms, yet it is fragile, unsteady, and dependent on its mother. Its mother, usually the matriarch or a senior female of the herd, selects a safe, hidden area near trees or bushes to give birth, away from the prying eyes of predators. The savanna is unforgiving. Newborn elephants face constant threats from lions, hyenas, and wild dogs. Even the terrain, with its rivers and steep banks, poses dangers. From the first moment, the calf is surrounded by family. Elephant herds are matriarchal, led by the oldest and wisest female. This matriarch guides, protects, and teaches every member of the herd. Every adult female understands that the survival of the young is the most important task. The mother's bond with her calf is profound. She uses her trunk to lift, nudge, and guide it. Her gentle touch reassures the newborn that the world, while vast and dangerous, is safe within the herd. The calf's first hours are critical. It must stand, walk, and begin nursing. These are not simple tasks. Its legs wobble like stilts, and its trunk is awkward, unable to feed itself properly. But within days, it learns to coordinate, suckle from its mother, and respond to the calls of the herd. The mother uses low rumbling sounds to communicate, comforting the calf and alerting it to danger. These sounds, inaudible to humans, carry messages of reassurance, caution, and instruction. Within the first week, the newborn begins to explore. Its trunk, although still clumsy, touches leaves, insects, and the bodies of other herd members. Its ears flap tentatively, learning to regulate body heat in the hot savanna sun. The calf learns not just by instinct, but by observing the herd. If the mother steps back suddenly, it stops. If an older sibling nudges it, it mimics. Every action is a lesson in survival, social interaction, and awareness. Elephants are highly intelligent. Even at a young age, they display remarkable memory. The calf quickly recognizes members of its herd, remembers paths, and begins to associate certain sounds with safety or danger. It learns that water holes are sources of life, and that rivers can be both sanctuary and threat. In nature, knowledge is survival. The mother and herd ensure that the calf receives this knowledge early, protecting it from harm while teaching the rules of the wild. The herd is fiercely protective. If a predator approaches, adult elephants form a circle around the young, trunks raised and tusks ready. The sound of a trumpet from an adult signals alarm. Even the youngest calves respond, understanding that this is not play but instruction. The survival of each calf strengthens the herd. This collective defense ensures that the lineage continues and wisdom is passed down. Beyond survival, Elephants teach empathy and compassion. Older calves and adult females gently touch the newborn, caressing it with trunks. If a calf falls, others nudge it back to its feet. They mourn losses, celebrate discoveries, and communicate emotions with subtle gestures. These early days are filled with play, learning, and emotional growth, a foundation for the complex social life ahead. By the age of 6 months, the calf begins to eat solid food, grass, leaves, and bark while still nursing. Its teeth develop gradually, allowing it to chew tough vegetation. Its trunk, once awkward, now begins performing small tasks like picking up branches or splashing water. Every day is a lesson in physical coordination, intelligence, and social interaction. The young elephant learns patience, observation, and problem solving. This period also demonstrates the immense wisdom of Allah's creation. Elephants, unlike many animals, rely heavily on social structure and intelligence. Each calf has a teacher, protector, and guide in its mother and the herd. Their early experiences shape their future as guardians, leaders, and nurturers. They are born with strength, but knowledge and guidance turn this potential into mastery. Reflecting on the life of a newborn elephant, humans can learn valuable lessons. Just as the calf depends on guidance from elders, we too must recognize the importance of learning from our parents, teachers, and wise members of society. Dependence on knowledge, patience, and structured growth is essential. Allah, who has created elephants with such profound intelligence and social complexity, reminds us that every creature has a purpose. We too must live with mindfulness, gratitude, and care for those around us. In these first months, the newborn elephant also embodies humility. Despite its enormous size, in adulthood, it starts life completely vulnerable, weak, and reliant on the herd. This teaches humans a profound lesson. No matter how powerful one becomes, we all begin life dependent on Allah and the care of others. Gratitude, patience, and empathy are keys to growth and success, just as they are for the elephant calf. The newborn elephant's early days are not merely about survival. They are a reflection of life's essential truths: protection through community, growth through guidance, and wisdom through observation. This stage shapes its character, teaches resilience, and ensures it can one day thrive, lead, and continue the legacy of the herd. Allah's creation is perfect. Even in the harshest landscapes, every detail serves a purpose. As the newborn elephant grows, the once fragile and wobbly calf transforms into a curious, energetic young learner. By the age of 1, the calf has gained some control over its trunk, can walk steadily for hours, and begins exploring its surroundings under the watchful eyes of the herd. Life for an elephant is not just about survival, it is about understanding the complex social web of its family and learning the rules of the wild. Elephants are among the most intelligent creatures on Earth. Even at this young age, the calf starts recognizing individual members of the herd. It notices their different behaviors, routines, and moods. The matriarch, the oldest female, is the ultimate teacher. She guides the herd with experience and authority, deciding where to find water, where to forage, and when to flee from danger. Every young elephant observes her closely, learning the unspoken language of gestures, sounds, and vibrations that are crucial for survival. Play becomes the main avenue for learning. The calves chase each other through the savannah, mimic the movements of older elephants, and practice using their trunks to pick up sticks, leaves, and even small stones. Every playful tussle strengthens muscles, enhances coordination, and teaches them the limits of power. Through these games, calves also learn empathy and respect. If one calf falls or struggles, another nudges or supports it. This social behavior is vital because, in the future, it will ensure the herd remains united and resilient against threats. The young elephant also begins understanding the natural hierarchy within the herd. Older siblings or more experienced calves may assert dominance, but this is never cruel. Instead, it teaches boundaries, cooperation, and patience. The calf realizes that being strong is important, but intelligence, observation, and emotional understanding are equally vital. These lessons prepare it for the responsibilities of adulthood, where leadership and protection will be necessary. Survival lessons are interwoven with play and observation. The calf starts learning how to identify edible plants, how to avoid dangerous areas, and how to detect subtle signals of predators. Elephants have an incredible sense of smell and hearing. Even before the calf is fully grown, it can sense distant threats through vibrations in the ground and faint scents carried by the wind. Every step in the savannah is a lesson, and the calf absorbs them instinctively. Water is another essential teacher. Young elephants must learn to drink, bathe, and play in rivers and water holes safely. These experiences teach balance, coordination, and the importance of community. The herd often works together to guide the young through tricky or deep waters, ensuring that everyone remains safe. This cooperative behavior highlights one of the most remarkable aspects of elephant society: teamwork. Unlike many animals that live in simple social structures, elephants rely heavily on cooperation and communication. By the age of 2, the young elephant's memory begins to strengthen dramatically. Elephants are known for their incredible memory, which helps them survive long migrations, remember water sources during droughts, and avoid dangers encountered years earlier. The young elephant listens carefully to the matriarch's instructions, remembers the locations of food and water, and observes the behaviors of predators. Knowledge becomes a form of survival, passed down through generations in a living school of life. The herd teaches patience and timing, especially during foraging and social interactions. Calves observe older elephants stripping bark from trees, peeling leaves, and selecting nutritious plants. They learn not only what to eat, but how to eat efficiently. Every bite, every movement, and every interaction carries a lesson in survival. Even small mistakes are corrected gently by the mother or other herd members, reinforcing the concept of guidance and learning. Beyond physical and survival lessons, elephants are deeply emotional beings. The young elephant experiences affection, protection, and even mourning. If a calf loses a sibling, it may show signs of sadness, displaying behaviors like touching the deceased with its trunk or staying close to the grieving mother. These emotional experiences are critical, teaching the calf empathy, compassion, and the importance of social bonds. In the wild, such bonds can determine life or death. A herd that sticks together thrives, while isolation can be fatal. As the young elephant approaches 3 years of age, its physical growth accelerates. Its trunk gains remarkable dexterity, capable of grasping tiny objects, uprooting plants, and even producing complex sounds. The calf begins learning how to use its trunk for problem solving, like reaching water in deep holes or removing obstacles. Every day is a lesson in innovation, patience, and observation, qualities that will serve it well in the challenges of adult life. The intelligence of elephants also extends to communication. The calf learns the subtle cues of trumpeting, rumbling, and ear flapping. Each sound has meaning: warning, reassurance, playfulness, or alertness. This communication is the lifeline of the herd, and mastering it ensures the young elephant can navigate the complex social dynamics of elephant society. Perhaps one of the most remarkable aspects of elephant life is their understanding of memory and experience. The young elephant begins to notice seasonal changes, the migration patterns of other animals, and the timing of water availability. It sees how the herd adapts, preparing for dry seasons, avoiding predators, and ensuring that the youngest members remain safe. These lessons are profound reminders of nature's order and the wisdom embedded in creation. Reflecting on these early years, humans can draw invaluable lessons. The young elephant relies on its family, observes keenly, and learns patiently. Likewise, humans should value guidance from elders, seek knowledge diligently, and practice patience and cooperation in life. Allah has created elephants with immense wisdom, social intelligence, and emotional depth, reminding us that we too are endowed with the capacity for learning, empathy, and resilience. In Islam, observing the lives of creatures like elephants strengthens our awareness of Allah's power, wisdom, and mercy. The elephant's reliance on guidance, cooperation, and experience mirrors the human need for knowledge, compassion, and adherence to divine principles. By reflecting on these majestic creatures, we are reminded to be grateful, act with wisdom, and care for one another, just as the elephant herd cares for its young. The young elephant's journey of growth and learning continues, shaping it into a future leader, protector, and symbol of strength. Every playful leap, every interaction, every observation builds the foundation for the adult elephant it will one day become. And through this journey, humans can understand that life is not merely about strength, but about knowledge, patience, and cooperation, qualities that are essential in both the wild and the human world. As the young elephant crosses the threshold of adolescence, usually around 6 to 12 years of age, its life transforms in complexity and responsibility. No longer a dependent calf, it begins to understand its role within the herd and the delicate balance of the ecosystem it inhabits. This period is crucial, shaping not only the elephant's physical strength, but also its social intelligence and emotional resilience. During adolescence, elephants undergo remarkable physical growth. Males start showing the early signs of tusk development, while females mature slowly, preparing to take on nurturing roles. Muscle mass increases, trunks become more dexterous, and coordination improves, allowing these young elephants to engage in more challenging tasks, foraging in dense forests, wading through rivers, and navigating rocky terrains. For male elephants, the stage also marks the start of developing the skills needed for eventual independence or leadership. Social learning intensifies. Adolescent elephants are keen observers, absorbing lessons from the matriarch and older members of the herd. They watch how adults interact, how disputes are resolved, and how cooperation ensures survival. Play remains important, but it becomes more sophisticated. Mock fights now involve strategy, cooperation, and an understanding of limits. These games are essential. They teach the adolescents how to defend themselves, establish boundaries, and gain respect within the herd. The herd structure continues to guide behavior. Female elephants often remain in the maternal herd for life, forming complex social networks. They learn nurturing skills by assisting mothers with younger calves, gaining patience, empathy, and the subtleties of social care. Males, on the other hand, begin to experience the pull of independence. Around the ages of 12 to 15, young males gradually separate from the maternal herd, forming bachelor groups or living solitary lives. These years of partial independence are critical for developing survival skills, strength, and the strategic thinking required to eventually lead or find a mate. During adolescence, elephants also develop problem-solving abilities that are unparalleled in the animal kingdom. Observing natural challenges, crossing rivers, finding hidden water sources during drought, or breaking branches for food teaches creativity and persistence. Adolescent elephants experiment with tools, such as using sticks to scratch, probes to reach fruit, or manipulating logs to reach water. These skills, honed over years, are vital for survival and demonstrate the intelligence that sets elephants apart from most other wildlife. Diet and foraging skills become more complex. The adolescent elephant learns to identify a wide range of plants, grasses, leaves, bark, and fruits, and understands seasonal availability. Older members of the herd guide them to nutritious patches while teaching caution around potentially harmful flora. Water remains essential, and the young elephant learns to locate hidden water sources, an essential skill during dry periods. Every lesson in diet and resource management is critical. Without mastery, survival becomes precarious. Communication becomes increasingly refined. Adolescents start understanding the nuanced signals of the herd, rumbles indicating danger, trumpets signaling play, and body gestures conveying dominance or submission. They also begin producing complex vocalizations themselves, strengthening their social bonds and enhancing coordination. The ability to communicate effectively ensures the adolescent can integrate fully into the herd and later lead successfully. Adolescence also brings the first encounters with danger. Predators such as lions, crocodiles, and occasionally humans pose real threats. Elephants learn to react instinctively while relying on herd strategies. Matriarchs teach adolescents how to use size, strength, and cooperative defense to protect themselves and the younger calves. Observing these lessons instills respect for the balance of nature and an understanding of the fragility of life, a theme that resonates with humans as well. The spiritual dimension of observing elephants becomes evident here. Watching their behavior teaches lessons about patience, wisdom, and the importance of community. Like the elephants, humans are dependent on guidance, cooperation, and learning from those more experienced. The herd's matriarch, with her deep memory and decision-making ability, mirrors the importance of elders, teachers, and mentors in human life. Their guidance ensures that the young are safe, nurtured, and prepared for challenges ahead. As elephants mature into full adulthood, their roles solidify. Females become caretakers, leaders in smaller family units, and educators for the next generation. Males, after years of learning and testing their strength in bachelor groups, eventually seek to establish territories, find mates, and contribute genetically to the species. Leadership, protection, and social cohesion define their existence. The knowledge gained during adolescence, memory, problem-solving, emotional intelligence, and physical skills becomes the foundation of adult responsibilities. Reflecting on these lessons, humans can derive profound wisdom. Adolescence in elephants emphasizes patience, learning from elders, social cooperation, and preparation for adult responsibilities. Similarly, humans are encouraged to value guidance, develop skills with diligence, respect social bonds, and understand the consequences of their actions. Allah has created every creature with wisdom and purpose. Observing the elephant's disciplined growth reminds us that every stage of life carries a lesson, and our duty is to learn, reflect, and act responsibly. In Islam, elephants are reminders of Allah's power, intelligence, and meticulous design in creation. Their memory, social structures, problem-solving abilities, and emotional depth reflect the divine wisdom embedded in the natural world. Humans, upon observing these majestic creatures, are invited to reflect upon their own lives, appreciate the guidance of Allah, and act in accordance with His principles. Gratitude, responsibility, patience, and empathy are lessons drawn directly from the lives of elephants. As our adolescent elephant continues its journey, it transitions from a stage of dependence to one of awareness, understanding, and preparation. Each new day shapes its identity, teaching essential lessons of survival, cooperation, emotional intelligence, and empathy. What began as a life guided entirely by the mother slowly becomes a journey of self-discovery and responsibility. The young elephant begins to understand the rhythm of the land, the patterns of the seasons, and the unspoken rules of the herd. Through careful observation of its world, humans are encouraged to reflect on their own paths toward maturity, recognizing that growth comes through experiences, struggle, learning, and connection. As the elephant enters full adulthood, usually between the ages of mid-teens to about 25 years, its life reaches the height of experience, strength, and influence. This is the stage where the elephant becomes not just a member of the herd, but an essential contributor to its survival. Adult elephants, especially females, take on leadership roles, guiding younger generations and ensuring unity, organization, and protection. Males often follow a more solitary path or form loose bachelor groups where they learn, compete, grow stronger, and prepare to assert themselves. Adult females dedicate their lives to nurturing and mentoring. The matriarch, the oldest and wisest female, remembers hidden waterholes, salt licks, and safe routes. Younger females learn patience, empathy, and intelligence from her guidance. Adult males assert dominance through ritualized displays, deep rumbling calls, and controlled movements. They challenge rivals not through reckless aggression, but through strategy. A successful male becomes a vital contributor to the species, ensuring healthy genetic diversity. As elephants reach maturity, their dietary habits become refined. Consuming up to 150 kilograms of vegetation daily, they carefully select grasses, leaves, fruits, bark, and roots that meet their nutritional needs through changing seasons. Their feeding behavior shapes the ecosystem. By knocking down old trees, clearing paths, and dispersing seeds, elephants become natural gardeners of the savanna and forest. Their purposeful actions remind humans that responsible behavior has far-reaching impacts. Social bonds remain a cornerstone of elephant life. Females maintain lifelong relationships, supporting one another through birth, migration, danger, and loss. Calves grow up surrounded by affection, guidance, and protection. Elephants display emotional intelligence, comforting distressed individuals, helping injured companions, and even mourning the dead. These behaviors teach humans compassion, community, and empathy. Leadership within the herd offers both practical and spiritual lessons. The matriarch's wisdom guides the herd through droughts, predator threats, and long migrations. She teaches vigilance, patience, and decisive action. Male elephants face challenges particular to their gender. During musth, they experience heightened aggression and must navigate social hierarchies with caution, learning, self-control, planning, and timing. Adult elephants engage in extraordinary environmental interactions. As they move through their habitat, they create pathways, disperse seeds, and maintain ecological balance. Their behavior shows that every creature has a purpose. Throughout adulthood, elephants rely on their powerful senses, memory, and communication. Using low-frequency infrasound, they call across kilometers, coordinate movement, warn of danger, and keep the herd united. Their memory is astonishing. They remember locations, individuals, threats, safe routes, and even human faces. This intelligence reflects the divine design of the Creator and encourages humans to reflect on the wisdom in nature. Life brings challenges. Predators, droughts, poaching, and habitat loss threaten elephants constantly. Yet they respond with resilience and cooperation. Their unity helps them survive the hardest seasons. Islamic teachings reinforce these reflections. Allah says that every creature and every bird exists as a community like humans. Observing elephants inspires humility, gratitude, and responsibility toward the earth. As elephants age, they pass wisdom to the next generation. Older females teach calves survival strategies, communication, and environmental awareness. Older males show strength, caution, and experience. These intergenerational relationships highlight the importance of mentorship. Elephants demonstrate that the value of life lies in knowledge shared, care extended, and the positive influence left behind. Adult elephants leave a legacy in their herd and environment. Through nurturing the young, protecting families, shaping the land, and contributing to the ecosystem, they show that strength without wisdom is incomplete. Elephants remind humans that leadership requires empathy, survival depends on cooperation, and gratitude to the Creator deepens one's purpose. Their story reflects faith, responsibility, and ethical living.